Song and Dance. The 2002 North American Indigenous Games are now officially underway. Thousands of people packed the stands at Canadian Stadium last night. Aboriginal athletes from across the continent marched into the stadium.
This is one of the largest opening ceremonies in the history of the Games. The stadium was a shining beacon of light, color, and sound. And joining us now live is CKY's Celicia Partap with the CKY News Link at the Forks.
So, Celicia, what's happening there tonight?
Well, Janet and Gord, the festivities are not stopping at all. Tonight, there are live bands, there are Aboriginal rock bands that will be performing on stage happening right now until 10 o'clock tonight. And tonight at the Forks is Manitoba Night. And throughout the Games and throughout the week, there will be tons of entertainment and activities that will be happening down here at the Forks. Now, there will be a lot of ceremonies happening throughout the week. Now, there is some proper etiquette that you need to know if you are attending some of these sacred ceremonies.
Music, dance, and traditional dress, all part of Aboriginal culture. The First Nations people say they want to share their culture, history, and traditions with Manitobans, but there's some Aboriginal protocol you need to know. Just over this footbridge at the Forks is Sacred Island.
Here at Spirit Island, we ask that there's no filming or no picture taking because these are very sacred things that we use.
They're so sacred, we can't show you things like the Sweat Lodge, teepee, and medicine bundle, but visitors can freely walk across. Elders will gladly give you an explanation for an offering of tobacco. The powwow is a time to celebrate and socialize, so pictures are allowed, but you should ask to take pictures of an individual dancer. Traditional drums, pipes, and medicine pouches are sacred objects for ceremonies and prayers. They should never be touched.
The pipe is sacred. Well, it comes in two parts, the stone itself and the tree itself put together. It represents a man and woman. When they're put together, they become a family unit. We believe that everything is sacred and everything is alive. Nothing is dead in this world. The grass is alive, the trees are alive, the rocks are alive.
BETSON Prince, an elder, says the ceremonies throughout the Games are revitalizing Aboriginal culture and exciting the spirit in a new generation of Aboriginal youth.
It really means a lot to Native people that these things happen here at this time as a nation. Like, everybody is welcome, you know, and we just ask for that respect.
Now, this was just a guide, so if you have any questions about Aboriginal protocol, feel free to ask anybody that's wearing one of the volunteer shirts. Now, I mentioned earlier, tonight is Manitoba Night by the Balloons, and there is tons of entertainment. There is no restrictions if you come down here to take in the concerts, the other entertainment, or all of the other activities that are happening down here tonight and for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Celicia.
CKY Celicia Partap reporting live tonight from the Forks.
Games organizers are also trying to make the 6,000-plus athletes in our city feel more at home. Today, Canada House opened its doors and the lines of communication for the athletes to ride home. CKY's Eleanor Koopsamy continues tonight's Indigenous Games team coverage.
I'm a big believer in keeping contact at home.
This is one Indigenous Games athlete who won't have a problem staying in touch with her family. That's because the government, the Indigenous Games, and APTN have set up this e-teepee at the Forks, filled with computers and free access to the internet.
I know that a lot of our family and friends couldn't afford to be here, so they're, you know, wanting to know how we're doing. You know, they're worried. A lot of these kids are from these remote communities, and you know, some of them, their first time they're going on the plane. So I think that's really important to have them have a place to keep in touch.
But the e-teepee isn't just for athletes. It's located here in Canada House, a place where anyone can come to learn more about Canadian culture.
Educational opportunities in regards to the environment, the heritage of Canada, the internet and how it's used to get the word out about Canada and educating the general public about it.
Organizers say there's something for everyone.
Lots of kids stuff for, you know, balloons and free giveaways, or different departments have all kinds of different information and free stuff for visitors.
If you drop into Canada House, you might meet some athlete role models. You could also hear musicians performing and see graffiti artists working in and around the house throughout the Games. Eleanor Koopsamy, CKY News.
Canada House is located in the Manitoba Theatre for Young People at the Forks and is open every day at noon.
Manitoba